I'm standing there, butt naked, -2 degrees. Right in front of me is 3 girls in bikinis. Then I look to my right, and there's families and their kids walking up a mountain on a hiking trail, and I'm standing there fully exposed. Alright guys, today's video is going to be a bit of a story time. Just going to be me and you, just having a little bit of a conversation, telling you a story about my most embarrassing moment that happened to me in Japan. Let me just introduce you to where we are so you can get a little bit comfortable. We are at Enoshima, the beach next to Enoshima. You can see just on the left, there is Enoshima. The sun is setting, it's nice and warm. It's March 26th, 26 degrees, or well, it was 26 degrees. It's now like 22. And anyway, let's crack open a beer and get started with the story. Don't burst on me. There we go, that's fine. Kanpai. So, let's set the stage. This happened in December when I was visiting Nagano, which is known for snow and specifically the snow monkeys. That's one of the big reasons why I went there, was I wanted to go and see the snowy monkeys. So I travelled up to Nagano, and this is a video that I lost on my hard drive. But this moment wasn't even in the video anyway, and you'll find out why I couldn't record this in a moment. So I've come up to Nagano and I've gone to see the snowy monkeys. And essentially the story of the snowy monkeys is that 80 years ago, an onsen owner, and if you know what an onsen is, it's basically a hot thermal, it's a hot spring, thermal hot spring used from natural waters where Japanese people go and bathe. And typically it's done naked. You have a little towel with you and it's kind of on your head, and it's separated by genders, so there's like a male one and a female one. And this onsen owner up in the mountains, these snowy mountains at Nagano, he noticed that the monkeys from the mountain would come down and enjoy the waters themselves. And so upon noticing this, what they did was they made an onsen specifically for the monkeys. And that's the onsen that I went to go and see. Going to this onsen, there's no humans are allowed in the water, obviously. It's all just for monkeys, and it's crazy. All these monkeys, they're not held in captivity. Like, you see them come down from the mountains themselves. They want to come. It's not like a zoo show or anything like that where they have the seal doing backflips, which was an amazing experience. And I did some research before going, and I saw that you can visit that original onsen where the monkeys first started going to, where they noticed that they were enjoying the waters. And I read that sometimes the monkeys still come. They still come, and you can actually have an opportunity to bathe with the monkeys. So I was like, oh, that sounds like a bit of me. So I go to the Snow Monkey Onsen, and on the way back, I passed by this other onsen, the original onsen. And I was like, okay, let's go. So I'm heading in. It's this like little shack, right? Sliding wooden door. I open this wooden door, and at the counter there's 2 French guys, about my age, in their early 20s. And it's cash only there. They were short like 200, 300 yen. So I gave them some so that they could go ahead, as that would be gutting, you know, missing out on that experience just because you didn't have £1.50 on you. And the French guys were really thankful and everything. And then I paid after them, and I followed these French guys down these wooden steps. It kind of winded down, it's proper thin, into the men's. You can see there was women's kind of changing room and men's changing room, and you know by like the colours, there's like a blue one for men and red, there's like a pinkish red for women, and there's the kanji for it. So I go into the men's one, and I've been to a few onsens before, and upon going to my first ever onsen, I was quite nervous, you know. Getting naked with a bunch of other people was not something I'm used to doing in England. But as soon as I turned up in that first onsen that I ever did, which was in Hakone Yumato, I believe is the station name, there's an it next to it. As soon as I walked in, there was like, you know, 20, 30 naked Japanese guys right there, and none of them cared. They were all just kind of, it was completely normal to them. And that kind of this sense of just like, oh, relief kind of wash over me, like, oh, you know, this is normal. And so I've done it a couple times, and every time I never felt nervous, and it's been an amazing experience. I love going to onsens. Walking through with these French guys, it's just me and these 2 other French guys in the changing room. It's a very small changing room. And I could tell they were a little bit hesitant, kind of playing with their coat zip up and down, kind of like just messing with their pockets, kind of delaying the inevitable. And I was like, all right, I understood what was going on, so I was like, all right, I'll just do it. So I stripped down straight away and went into the inside bath. So typically at onsens you'll have an inside bath where you can wash. There's like these little stools, you sit, you wash, you can go in, you get used to the heat, you can enjoy that for a little bit, and then typically you then go outside into the open air bath. So I'm walking into the indoor bath, and I see there's 2 American guys that are coming out, they're about to leave, and they're wearing swimming shorts. And this is a rule, you're not allowed to wear swimming shorts at an onsen. The 2 rules are naked and no phones. That's the 2 major rules of an onsen, and also no tattoos depending on the onsen. So I was like, oh, this is a bit weird. I just assumed they didn't know the rules. And I was like, that's fine, you know, they're leaving anyway. So I walk in, get into the waters, and I chill there for a little bit. And then after, like, you know, 2 minutes, the French guys come out and they're naked too. And their English wasn't perfect, but we managed to strike up a bit of a conversation. And I've been in these waters for like 5 minutes now, so I'm nice and warm. I'm heated up, I'm ready to go outside. It's -2 degrees outside, I'm ready. I'm like, yeah, let's go, I'm excited. So I'm like, all right guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll see you guys out there. So I get up out the water. I've got this little towel on me, tiny little square one, just for your forehead. And on the door, this is where it starts getting crazy, guys. On the door, it says, when you open the door and you go out, close the door really quickly, otherwise the monkeys might try and run in. I was like, okay, so I'm preparing myself to go out really quickly and just turn around and close the door. So that's what I do, is I come up to the door, turn the handle, bam, bam, out, close. Shut the door, I'm turning facing the door. I turn around. What do I see? What do I see when I turn around? I'm standing there, butt naked, -2 degrees. Right in front of me is 3 girls in bikinis. Then I look to my right, and there's families and their kids walking up a mountain on a hiking trail, and I'm standing there fully exposed. I'm standing there. Look, I was shocked. I'm like, what's going on? I quickly turn around, go back into the door. I stand there for a second. I'm like, did I make a mistake? Did I go through the wrong door? Did I go into the women's only section or something? Like, what's going on? Look at the door again. No, this is the men's. What's going on? I told the French guys, they're like, what? We look at some more signs. It's a mixed onsen. It's a mixed onsen. I didn't know this. But I was like, why are they wearing clothes then? They were foreign. They were foreigners. So I'm like, I don't even have swimming shorts with me, right? So what am I gonna do? The French guys are like, oh, you know, they kind of go me on a little bit. They're like, oh, do you need me to come out? Do you need us to come out there with you? And I'm like, no, I've got this. So I do it. I go out. I walk out, back out. Got my little towel on my forehead, bro. Just things are hanging out, bare exposed. And I walk up to the water. It's a long kind of oval shape, and the girls are sitting on the opposite side, so I get on the closest side, opposite side of them. And the water is completely clear, so I sit in, I get into the water. It's hot as well, so hot. I get into the water, I lower myself in. My ting is just floating. It's just floating there, and it's completely clear. Like, there's nothing I can do to cover up in any type of way at all. And I'm like, all right, it's gonna be fine. Like, in a couple minutes, like, the French guys are gonna come out, and they'll realize that they're the ones that are making the mistakes, right? Like, they're breaking the rules. So a couple minutes go by, and during this time, I'm listening to these girls speak. I'm not making any eye contact because that'd just be weird. And they're English too. I was like, oh, no. And I'm just trying not to laugh the whole time because the reality of the situation, I was like, I can't believe what's happening. What's happening right now? Is this real? Like what? French guys come out, I hear the door open. Boom, I turn. They set me up. The French guys set me up. How did they set me up, you might ask? How did the French guys set me up? I bet you can guess what they did. I bet you can guess what they did. So I turn and look. They're wearing swimming shorts. They went back inside and grabbed swimming shorts out of their bags and put them on. I look, I'm just like, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. There's no way. They've done this to me. They betrayed my trust. How could they do this to a brother? How could they do this? I paid for them. How could they do this to me? So they get in next to me. And at this point, there's 6 people in the onsen. Me, the 2 guys, the 3 girls, and I'm the only naked one. Sitting there naked, exposed, vulnerable. And you're forgetting. I can see there's families, there's people, there's foreigners, there's little boys, there's little girls walking up the hiking trail. The onsen is out and open, right next to the trail that I was previously on to go up to the monkey onsen. I know there was no monkeys in there, just me. I'm the only monkey in there. I'm the only naked creature in there. I'm the only hairless monkey in that onsen. So the French guys get in, and I was like, alright, this is what we're doing. I'm gonna submerge myself fully in this water, not fully, to my neck. I'm going down, and I'm just gonna stay here until these girls leave. I'm not gonna get out, I'm not gonna take a break, right? And this water is hot. I don't know how hot onsen water is. On average, I'll put a little thing up on the screen maybe, okay? That's set with a bit of information on how hot it usually is. But this water was hot, steaming, and I feel myself starting to go a little bit faint. I'm sitting in this water and it feels like years are going by. And I'm still trying not to laugh at some points. I'm just like, what is going on here? I hear this noise. I look to my left. Right, that's where the girls are. To my left. Look to my left. Tell me why they're posed up, yeah, in their bikinis. They're posed up in their bikinis, taking Instagram photos. They're taking photos, posed up, and I'm next to them naked. Breaking rule number 2, no phones. What's going on? Right? French guys are getting out, taking breaks in the -2 degree, you know, the cool breeze is hitting them, they're cooling off, getting back in, the girls are doing the same, taking photos. I hear another noise, look to my left. The French guys are taking photos too. And I've got a cameo in it, maybe, I don't know, I didn't see the photos, but they're taking photos next to me, right next to me. And I'm naked, sitting there like this. Sitting there, just holding my knees, neck in the water, just little towel on my head, just going through it, right? I'm just like, what's going on, man? Like, all the people that I've come into contact have all been foreigners, not a single Japanese person was coming. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, am I the stupid one? Am I the one that's breaking the rules? Is this the only onsen in the country where you're meant to wear swimming shorts and bikinis? And you're allowed to take photos? Like maybe like I didn't know it was mixed, maybe I broke the rules, I don't know what's going on, da 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 da. I'm just like, shh, no, like what if I'm the wrong in here? What if I'm the criminal? I hear another noise. Directly to my left. It's the French guys, they get out the water. I thought they were taking another break. They left. It's just me with the girls again. I thought for sure the girls would leave first if they'd been there longer, and then everything would be fine. Nah, it's just me alone. 4 people in the pool now. 1's a male, 3 are girls, 1's naked. Guess who it is? It's the male, it's me. I'm just like, oh, what's going on? What is going on today, right? Eventually these girls leave, and at this point, I've not got out this water. I am cooking alive in this water, right? Like, I'm boiled. I'm pruned up. I'm just a zombie, right? About to pass out. I was holding on for dear life. Just trying to focus on my breathing and not focus on the pain that was going on in my soul, right? Eventually the girls leave. And what happens? Guess what happens? About 90 seconds after they leave, I'm not even exaggerating, it was about a minute and a half. As soon as they leave, I get out of the water. Oh, the cold air hits me. I don't even care about the families anymore. I need this break. I need chilling. I cool off, door opens back up. The male side opens up. It's a Japanese guy and he's naked. Not just one, it's a few. About 3 Japanese guys came in naked. And I was like, oh, so I wasn't the one breaking the rules. I was like, where were you boys earlier? Where were you when I needed you? Where was the cavalry when I was calling? Japanese guys get in. I was about to leave. I was like, I need to get out of this place before this happens again, before more foreigners come. But no, Japanese guys got in. I got back in, I'm chilling. Hear this noise. What's this noise this time? Turn around, it's the monkeys. I hear them, they're coming down the mountain. One of them, like, you know, comes down by the water, a couple of them are chilling around, and I was like, okay, this makes up for everything. This was worth it. This was worth the suffering and the embarrassment that I went through. This is worth my little floater being exposed to everyone. You're forgetting, man, it was -2 degrees when I first came out. It wasn't impressive. That's not a sight that anyone should behold. So the monkeys come down, I'm in awe. At this point, I wish I could take photos. That'd be amazing, but you know, I'm not gonna break the rules. My phone's inside anyway, in my bag. And I'm just like, you know, taking in this moment, enjoying it with the monkeys. And as I'm getting out, the door opens again, literally as I'm getting out, and there's like Japanese girls and they're naked too, right? I know I didn't turn around and spend more time there. I'm not a freaky frog. I'm not a freaky frog. You a freaky frog! I left. I just got changed. I walked out. As soon as I walked out, I was like, what? I need time to process this story. But there you go, guys. That is, as it stands, the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. At least most embarrassing that's happened to me in Japan. And I've got 37 days left to Japan. Maybe we can beat it, maybe we can top it, maybe something more embarrassing could happen. But it was the combination of things. It was a combination of going out, it's 3 girls in bikinis, they're English too, right? They're taking photos, the French guys betray me, the French guys leave first, the French guys taking photos too. It was that combination. And then also the Japanese guys came out 1.5 minutes too late. It was just stacking on. It can't get worse. Okay, it can. It can't get more embarrassing. Oh yeah, it can. Can't get more. Okay, yeah. And also I'm cooking alive in this water. And there's also like the families and kids out there. But would I change it? No. It made for a hell of a story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're asking, why did you go out? After seeing that there were girls out there in a bikini and you're naked, you don't have shorts. Why did you still go out? And 2, why didn't you use that little towel of yours that you had? Why didn't you just cover up with that little towel of yours? Brother, start with the towel. The towel is like this, bruh. It's a little square, man. Like, imagine walking out there, scurrying along, holding this little towel there. That just looks stupid. That's worse. That's even more embarrassing. That's in my opinion, that is horrible. I could never do that. Reason 2, why did I actually go out there? I was like, I'm not breaking the rules. They're breaking the rules. Why should I let them ruin my experience? Why should I let that happen? And I was like, at the end of the day, you know, we're all human. We're all just hairless monkeys. Who cares? Everyone's got parts. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm not here to prey on them. I just want to enjoy some hot water. But was it a relaxing experience? No. No, no, no. The other onsen experiences, relaxing. I had amazing. Relaxing in that little tub, chilling. You've got trees around you. Everything about this was perfect. The setting, the monkeys, the temperature, except from everything else that happened. So no, it was not relaxing. But would I change it? No. No, I would not change it, because I'll never forget that memory. Anyway, I have kept you guys waiting for a while. I've kept you guys just here chatting to me for a while. If you've got any embarrassing stories from Japan, feel free to comment them. I'd love to see if someone's got something, anything remotely close to mine. Okay, remotely close. The sun's getting orange now. We'll flip the camera around. See, sun's getting low, which means my time here is coming to an end. It's beautifully orange right now. I don't know if it really shows up on the camera, but that's gonna do it for today's video. Back to your regularly scheduled, normal videos coming next week. Not next week, probably this week. This probably releases on a Wednesday. You have a video in this area coming out on the Saturday. If you're in the UK, it'll be Saturday, Saturday midday, Saturday at 12. If you're in Japan, it'll be Saturday night. Anyway, I'll catch you guys there. Thank you for listening to my story, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.